Thank you
back
so
to the
much for having me back.
show.
Thank you.
I'm honored.
Oh
Two
my
times
goodness.
over.
Thank you so much.
How have you been since the last time I saw you?
Good. A little more busy with life, but that is not a bad thing as
Okay.
long as you are busy and productive.
Lots of good things happening for you. Let's see.
There's a couple of things here and there going on.
See some things have
Just
been cooking.
a little bit of things, you know. You try to get your
Shelley
hand in
Meche'tte
there.
meal.
Yeah, I like that. I gotta keep up with you. Come on.
We are growing every year. We've
Yes,
grown so much together since the last time we
I am
sat
so
down.
excited for you, and I'm so proud of everything
Thank
that you're doing.
you.
I am watching. I'm looking. I'm like, go ahead with your bad self.
Thank you so much. All right, well, Shelley Meche'tte, if you don't know, she has a lot of hats. I'm about to read all her hats. She's a speaker, success strategist, author, founder of The Powerful Woman, Her Woman,
Yes.
an EP of the web series I Hear You,
Yes.
with her amazing daughter, Bree
Yes,
Jones.
yes,
Bree K.
yes.
Jones, right?
Yes,
The K in
she
there?
like to get that K in
I know,
there.
I know
girl.
the K is
It's
important.
okay.
How do you handle so many hats
Oh, my
and still
goodness.
make time to pour into other women?
You know what? My passion, my heart is women. And so if I can't pour into women, honestly, I'm just kind of out of whack. So that is my first love, to be able to give back to women, to love women. And through the things that I do, that's what I'm able to do. So in this last year or so that we've seen each other, then I have become an executive producer.
Yay.
So that's been a new hat. So that one has been like, whew.
Okay, but you got it. You're handling it well, right?
That one, we handling it. How about that?
You're handling it well.
We taking it step by
Okay.
step.
You're working on the
We're
well.
working
You
on
got the
it.
W. You're working
Right.
on it. Well, fantastic. Well, I wanted you to come out today and really pour into women, my female viewers that are watching today.
Yes.
And I wanted you to speak to 5 different groups of women.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I want you to, for number 1,
Okay.
speak to the woman who has grown apart from her girlfriends but feels guilty for being ready to move on. This is so common.
Oh, that's a good one, because I think that any of us that are successful women, I think that we have wrestled with that a little bit. Can you attest to
I
that?
agree.
That you've wrestled with that? Here's my first thing. You have no reason to feel guilty because you have set a plan in place and you have positioned yourself to achieve that. Why do I get to feel guilty about that? So I think we need to take that off of the board right there. And we need to understand that life has seasons.
Right.
And so in the entrepreneurial season, it may be a year, 2, 3, where I have to really focus on being an entrepreneur, and I can't go out every Friday and have drinks with the girls. But I'm looking for a circle of women, if that's my current circle or the circle that I'm going to develop. I need that circle of women that's ready to push me.
Right.
And so sometimes, as much as it hurts, we're going to have to allow ourselves to allow the circle to shift to the women that are like, no, I see potential in you and I want you to come up here. So I understand that we don't get to talk for 2 hours on the phone. We're good if we text once every 2 weeks, 3
you
weeks.
know that I'm-
because
you
we
know what I'm building.
Exactly. So I think we need to be comfortable with seasons, and I think you need to take the word guilt out of there at all. What you are is a success story that's unfolding. And we need to surround ourselves with other successes that want to unfold and want to see us unfold.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
We have to get rid of that I feel bad because I have vision, I have goals, I have dreams, and I'm going to attain them. Not I want to, I'm going to. We have to separate ourselves from the want and the do. And the doers are going to get it done. She's sitting here.
Ow.
I like that.
Number 2, speak to the woman who is afraid to be alone and in turn settles for toxic relationships to fill that void.
Wow. Here's the question. Is the void filled? Let's start there. If you are settling for someone to fill the void, my question to you would be, is the void filled?
And she says no.
And that's the whole thing. So you have an option. You can either have the void not be filled by yourself and learn who you are and find out what the root of these things are, or you can have the void not be filled while you're with someone who's tearing you down, who doesn't want to see you succeed, who's only using you. You're only there, I'm sure, for 1 or 2 purposes. And they have no value. So how can they offer it to you? The void isn't filled either way. So if I don't have the void filled at all, I prefer to work on why the void isn't being filled. And that has to do with who I am and who I believe I'm not. That void is never going to be filled with a person. You become the toxicity that you allow to exist. So now you're going to become just as toxic. Why? Because now it's going to be, oh, men are no good and men don't do that. And people are always using it. But really the toxicity is in you because you decided a long time ago, I'm not worth waiting for. I'm not worth respect. I'm not worth true love, because there's all kinds of love. But we're talking about the valued kind that see past this and into this. But you made that choice when you decided, I'd rather be void with you than learn how to fill the void without you.
I'd rather have less. I'd rather have nothing.
I'd rather have, yeah, really it's nothing. Because you don't have it. Because if I have to go to sleep next to somebody and I'm still empty, no. Now you don't have to fill up my cup, but can I get a drop? I mean, can we turn the faucet on? Is that okay? Drip something? Cup of coffee, anything.
Drip?
Hashtag drip. You see what I'm saying? Could I get a drip? Right. So if there's absolutely nothing, you're in a void anyway. And why stay in a void? Let's learn why the void is there.
Love it.
And then let's move ahead.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait. Ooh,
I think I might have to hashtag drip. I like that.
Hashtag drip. Speak to the woman who self-sabotages relationships and intentionally deters them to avoid being hurt. Doesn't think she's good enough for these relationships.
You just said it right there, though. It goes right back to your worth. Because the reason, that's surface. I sabotage things, but that's surface. The whole thing is to get to the root. And I sabotage things because somebody told me I wasn't worth it. Somebody made me believe I'm not worth having these things. So when it looks like it could be good, I go back to, oh, no, I'm not worth that. I'm only trash. Remember, your mom said you a hoe, so you're not worth any of this. And so what I do is I start picking at things that don't exist.
Eyebrows.
Exactly. Why the left one go up and the right one is pointed that way? No, north and south don't mix.
Listen to AM radio.
Really? You know? So we start finding things so that we can put it on you. So let me just find something. You know, your left tooth is not the same color as the right tooth, and it just disturbs me.
It's you, not me.
So we have to get to the point where we go, so what did someone tell me growing up? You have to do real, honest research. And I'm talking about self-research. What made me feel like this? And usually if we take it back, it starts in childhood.
And be honest with yourself.
And be honest. Maybe you grew up like me in an era where being chocolate wasn't the thing. And so somebody said you ought to be happy that anybody likes you because you're dark. Well, honey, once I found out that all this was yummy, once I found out that
you used yours and flipped it.
I had to flip it. But you have to find that out, though. I grew up the same way. Well, I'm not as cute as you because you're light and I'm not. So let me make sure that, you know, that I stay over here. Don't shine too bright because you're really not supposed to. Be happy that the toothless man winked at you. And really, he had a condition. He wasn't winking, you know. But bottom line is it had to go back to, where did this start? Where did it start? And it starts with somebody said to you, or society or something made you feel like you weren't worthy. And so now I go around sabotaging everything that looks like it could be beneficial in my life. Let's get to the root, women.
Let's get to the root.
Let's get to the root.
Number 4. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Speak to the woman raising a teen or young adult daughter through the pitfalls of love and relationships despite her own difficult experiences.
Ooh, my goodness. There's a saying that I have, and I say that broken women raise broken girls who become our next generation of brokenness. And so to answer that question, you can't. You can't love someone through your personal difficulty, because what I do is I transfer that to you.
So if you're helping your daughter with relationship advice,
and
you have your own mess back here.
I I can't tell you until I see my own mess, because what is that going to do to the daughter? She's watching what you do. So if I'm telling you this is real love, but real love over here for me is arguing 24 hours a day, throwing pots at bro man when he gets upset, we can't have an actual conversation. You're watching what I do. We have to find some point, if I can't see it for myself, and I'm trying to help my child, we have to find some point, or me as the mom, where we can begin to walk this path together and learn together. So I need to see my brokenness so that I can begin to find out how to mend some of these pieces. It's all not going to mend overnight. Maybe the one thing that I do is I say to my child, we're going to start having conversations without raising our voice. And so that's where we're going to start, because it's obvious that I don't know how to do it, or else I wouldn't be doing it over there.
Right.
So we're going to start this. And then as we begin to get healthy here, then we'll bring something else into it.
So adding structure.
Adding little pieces. Here's the worst thing that we can do is try to start at 100 to fix ourselves, because then we end up at -0.
So you say start at 1.
Start at 1. If you got to start at 0.5, do it. Stop believing that I have to be here in order to be excellent, because even at your excellence, you're still not. Because who's perfect?
Nobody's perfect.
So then at your excellence, you're still missing. So stop. Let's not try to excel to be excellent. Let's try to excel to our purpose and what we're here for, and to heal those broken pieces. If we do that, then we create structure, relationship, legacy, promise, purpose. All of that happens just one step at a time.
Yes.
Not 10, just one. And if that one step is, I'm not going to cuss for an hour, go for it. Go for it.
Goals, small goals.
That's what I'm saying.
Small goals.
Be like, I'm just not going to cuss tonight. Not today, but tonight when I get in. Small goals.
While I'm in the shower.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Don't put too much on it.
Okay, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Okay, last one. Speak to the woman who has launched a new business and feels overwhelmed by the lack of support and resources from her family and friends.
Ooh,
this
girl,
is
like-
one I hear all the time.
Girl, like a web series.
No, not like a web series.
Because that was like,
It's so common. It's a common.
yes,
It's a common feeling. Like
yes,
people aren't supporting. People aren't
right.
believing in what I'm doing.
It goes back to, unfortunately, a lot of people who are family and friends, they want you at a certain level. And so when you elevate to another level, it makes them uncomfortable, because you still supposed to be shy, you know, from last week, or from the neighborhood.
55th Street.
You never supposed to grow up and be Chundria. You know, so it makes them feel uncomfortable. But here's the thing about being an entrepreneur. If you can't do it without the likes of other people, entrepreneurship is not for you. You have to not be okay with it, but you have to understand that this road is a solo road. That's why it's called entrepreneur. It don't have no S at the end. It's entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur.
So, I'm an entrepreneur. You're entrepreneurs? Means too. No, this is a trip that you have decided. You decided, I don't want to do the 9 to 5, which there's nothing wrong with.
Right.
But you made the choice, I want to step out and do other things and have goals. That makes other people uncomfortable. So what I would say to people who are starting out in entrepreneurship is this really what you want? Because this is no game. This is a 12, 13, 14-hour day. This is go to sleep and you can't even sleep because stuff is just jumping
Right.
all in your head 24 hours a day. This is a bunch of no's. This is a bunch of you'll never do it. This is a bunch of women can't do this. This is a bunch of you come from a certain area, you can't do this. It's filled with all of these things.
So when you don't get the support, you got to be okay.
When you don't get the support, you have to remember the goal. You have to step one foot at a time, because eventually the support is coming, whether that being someone just calling saying, oh, I saw something that you did 3 weeks ago and it touched my heart. That just little thing right there is enough for me to push again. We have to be okay, not necessarily okay, but understand that it's not going to be a lot of times
Not
through
okay, but
family and friends.
understanding.
Exactly. It's not going to be with family and friends a lot of times. They're going to wait until you pulling in that $100,000 a month and they be like, I knew Shot could do it. You know, give me 10. Right. So
Of the film you didn't want to help me make?
exactly. There, I gotta see it to believe
Right.
it. But I'm looking for people who have faith to see
Yes.
what they cannot see. And in entrepreneurship, that's what it's all about. Having the faith to see what is not there
Yes.
and what people cannot see. And through that, we're going to cry. Through that, we're going to get hurt. Because I don't care how many times you tell people that family and friends are not really going to be your largest support. When we step out, who we looking for?
That's what we call first.
We call it family and
Hey,
friends.
family, hey,
Hey,
friends.
I'm gonna be over here. Y'all
I'm
come.
about to start
Do
selling this.
exact. Nope. You can't get nobody to buy a Girl Scout cookie. Nothing. Nothing.
You breaking them up.
Yeah, and you like, I know you like the shortbread. I know you do. And won't nobody buy anything. So we just have to learn that our circle changes. And in the beginning, they're just not going to see it. But if we step into it saying, I understand that you may not see it, so I'm not going to let that be personal. Be okay with the tears. Be okay with being not okay, but understand that I'm going to be hurt in this process. But if I just continue going step by step and don't give it up, I'm going to reach that point. I'm going to. What choice do you have? You're seeing what's not seen and you're walking towards it. It's going to come to pass.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
And that's same for you.
Thank you.
Same for you. Everything you want, every desire of your heart is going to
Girl,
come to pass.
thank you.
So I wish you continued success in
Thank
everything
you
that you're doing. Thank
so
you so much for being
much.
coming back on my show.
Thank
I'm so
you.
grateful.
Girl, I feel all honored and stuff. See, I put that S stuff.
Entrepreneur.
Like entrepreneurs.
Crazy person. Give me a hug. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank
much.
you so much. Hey everybody, I'm Shelley Meche'tte, speaker, author, and women's change agent, and you are watching the Chundria Show.
Hi, this is Michelle Collins, speaker, author, and coach, and you are watching the Chundria Show.
It's an amazing day right here on the Chundria Show, and I'm so excited about today's episode because Michelle Collins has come back on my show. Michelle, thank you for coming back on my show. Speaker, author, extraordinaire. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for having
Well,
me.
you look amazing.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. What's been new and exciting since your last appearance on the Chundria Show?
So last time I was here, I had just launched my book, Spirit Check. So since then, I have been sharing on different platforms, and sharing my message and my story over and over again. And I was feeling like how they, during concerts, they do the same set no matter what city they're in.
Right.
And I was thinking, gosh, they must get so tired of the same thing, but the crowd and the energy of the listeners is what really helps. And so even though I got tired of hearing me talk all the time, it was really amazing the lives I was able to impact. There were women that came up to me and said things like, because of you, I went to go get a checkup,
Oh, wow.
things like that. So it's been amazing. I've had my event since the Reboot experience and some other things coming up. So yeah, a lot going on. I'm excited about it.
Okay, tell me more about the Reboot experience. What's that? What's coming
So
up for that?
the Reboot experience, after healing and getting back to self-care and on your journey to wholeness, I was like, well, what do you do, And so I felt like sharing the Reboot experience, which is all about making sure that you constantly reboot. So it's not like you're fine and then all is well, but constantly rebooting emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, those areas in your life that always need attention. So we had the event in Pasadena, California on January 26, 2019. It was amazing. So much happened in the space, and I wanted to continue it. So then we started Camp Reboot, which is like a quarterly space for those that want more one-on-one, more intimate environment to just kind of share, continue to heal, and still on that journey to wholeness. And now I'm getting ready to launch e-courses for those that can't make that in-person group session. So I'm excited. The first one is launching next month, April 2019. Mastering your emotional journey. So
I love
I'm
that you
excited
make
about
the
that.
e-courses because you're tapping into people all over the world. You're traveling, you're on the road, and everybody can't make it to Los Angeles to
Right.
attend your event. So
Absolutely.
the e-courses is pretty dynamic, I think.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Okay, so if anybody's interested in the Reboot or any of the e-courses, then what would be the first step for them?
First step is to sign up on my website, which is michelleharriscollins.com, and sign up, and you can be a part of it. It's an exciting time, and it's for those that are willing and ready to do that inner work. So, just knowing that you need more out of life, more out of your relationships, growing, and not afraid to grow. That's why I wore these leaves today to represent growth, continual growth.
Beautiful. Now, in the spirit of our topic, achieving greatness after adversity, you speak publicly about suffering a heart attack,
Yes.
Which to me is quite unimaginable. How challenging was that experience?
It was pretty challenging because it was unexpected, but yet not really when you think about all the signs that we ignore. And so I was one that definitely was trying to function in malfunction, which as a super mom and entrepreneur and creative with all our responsibilities, that's what we do sometimes. And then, you know, our body's like, excuse me, can't do that. So that's kind of what happened. And I learned not to do that anymore and be more in tune with myself, be in tune with my creator, with God, and make self-care and my peace a priority.
Were you under a high level of stress and anxiety, would you say?
I would say mismanagement of stress, because you can't really get rid of stress. And stress is good because it keeps you going. It lets you know what needs to be taken care of, but it's how you're managing it. So what I was doing is I was muting what was happening emotionally within me because of exterior circumstances. And so we can't mute it. We have to manage it. So now I'm on this side helping myself and others who want to really balance their emotional wellness and take care of themselves on that level.
So what do you do for self-care?
What do I do for self-care? So my formula is kind of dynamic. I have prayer, meditation, journaling, quiet time is so important. Obviously, writing and being creative is a part of that. And just being able to use my voice more, no and yes, and being firm in that decision. And really looking like, does this align with what I'm trying to do now on this side of my healing? And if it doesn't, really just being okay with that. Honoring your season also is so important. Seasons change, but you have to honor what is going on in this season, not regretting so much what happened last season, or you're looking forward to the next season, you're not even present with what's going on with you now. So I think that's the number one thing that I've been doing to honor my season, and just know that keep working, even if it's, you know, slow to you, but understand that, you know, it's a part of your self-care to be present no matter what it looks like.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. And I love your strength in that, because, you know, it's like you try to find the strength to mute, you know, the stress that you're going through, but the bigger strength is to actually
manage it and acknowledge it. Yes.
How has life been since that time? And I know you're a woman of faith, so how has your perspective on life changed?
My perspective on life is that we are not machines. I think that's the main thing that I learned. No, we are human, and we are fragile. We are delicate. We need to take care of ourselves because this is the only body we have. And I know it sounds like cliche, but when your body breaks down, you really understand what that means. So life is me being more connected to what's going on with me physically, listening a lot more instead of ignoring and just keep going because I feel like, oh, I have these responsibilities or I have these roles. I don't let them really overshadow the self-care that needs to happen and the connection that needs to happen continually with me and God now. So before I would just mix the whole pot and whatever I got, I got. Now I'm really looking at the ingredients to see what makes a perfect meal for me. So I'm happy about that. That's growth.
A lot more intentional.
Yes, a lot more intentional.
Very good. I'm so excited about it. So you have ongoing speaking engagements, workshops, events.
Yes.
You empower and inspire girls and women. Like,
Yeah.
this is your life's purpose. I feel like you're doing an amazingly good job at that.
Thank you.
Outside looking in, do you feel really proud of yourself for pushing through and walking in strength? Like, do you take real moments to, like, as you pour into others, you're cheering others on, do you really take a time to just, you know, cheer for yourself?
Cheer for myself and pat myself on the back. You know what I'm proud about? I'm proud that I have knowledge that I'm applying. like I learned what I learned. I didn't like put it to the side or ignore it. I'm not trying to be something, tell others to be something that I'm not. But it's like I'm on this journey with you. I'm healing just like you are. It might look different, but at the end of the day, we're all headed to wholeness. And so that's what I'm proud of the most. The fact that I have knowledge that I'm applying daily and it's making a difference in my life. And of course, I'm like proud of God. He didn't give up on me, and I didn't give up on him.
Yes, amen to that. What advice do you have for anyone who's currently dealing with any type of adversity, whether that be health related or financial, while pursuing their dreams?
I would say find your formula. What works for you in this season, for this time, and not really, not forget that gratefulness needs to be a part of your everyday commitment, no matter what is happening, and not get distracted by others and what seems to be like their success, even if it's the success that you're trying to attain for yourself. Understand that there is a blueprint for you that's specific to you. Don't give up. Keep doing the work. Work in silence, and success will be the noise that everybody will make because you didn't give up. So that's really what I would say to someone that's facing adversity right now.
And I mean, it's so on point because there's so many roadblocks, and it's so easy to have self-doubt, and it's so easy to be stressed out while you're, whether you want to be a speaker or an actor, an actress, or whatever you desire to do. Those are real internal issues that really have to be checked. Spirit check.
Spirit check. Get the book.
Get the book. Speaking of book, speaking of your book, how do we get copies of that?
Again, it's on Amazon and also my website, MichelleHarrisCollins.com. It's been in like 7-8 countries. I'm so excited. So many states, I lost count. So I'm excited. People are like taking pictures with the book on vacation, like, Europe. I'm like, look at Spirit Check. So I'm really excited. People get it. They understand that wholeness is for the total man or woman. And so I'm just excited. Yes, I am working on another book, but I haven't been released to start writing yet.
Okay.
But it's there. It's coming. It's definitely coming. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. I love that, you write out of your own experiences.
Right.
So as you evolve, then you write.
Exactly.
And you help others. And I love that you just make that your life's work.
Yes, thank you.
I commend you.
Thank you.
So selfless.
Let's stay connected on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chundria TV, and please like my fan page at facebook.com/The Chundria Show. Until next time, friends, show love and kindness, walk in your purpose, and encourage everyone you meet to follow their dreams.
Thanks for watching. Visit us online at ChundriaShow.com.
Let's stay connected on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chundria TV, and please like my fan page at facebook.com/The Chundria Show. Until next time, friends, show love and kindness, walk in your purpose, and encourage everyone you meet to follow their dreams.